What if you could transform your mobile pet grooming business from a 500k service operators to actually a 5 million marketplace platform that investors actually want to fund? Well, this is exactly what happened to one of our clients right now. They managed 500 dogs per month across 6 different vans. But here's the problem. As they grew, they were losing the personal touch that made the customers choose them in the first place. Customers weren't rebooking, follow-ups weren't happening, the teams were drowning in 100 daily conversations with existing members every single day. Rescheduling, questions, cancellations, and they just couldn't keep up. So in this video, I'll show you how we build them a system that handles all of that on autopilot while maintaining the personal, relationship-based experience that their brand is known for. The result, higher retention, zero missed conversations, and the sales infrastructure they needed to transition from a service business to a scalable marketplace platform. If you're new to this channel and don't know who I am, my name is Edwin Chan, and for the past year, we've been helping different retail and B2C service brands improve their customer experience on autopilot through my AI business, Legacy AI. Some of the clients that we work with range from a $250 million restaurant chain in North America to one of the world's largest retreat booking sites and other premium franchises. So in this video, I'll first show you what we actually built for our client, the live system in action, so you can actually see how it handles real customer conversation. Then, I'll walk you through the business context, who our client is, what problems they were facing, and why they needed that infrastructure to scale. And finally, I'll break down how we built the solution, the technical approach, the architecture, and the key decisions that actually made this work. So if you run a mobile pet grooming business and want to scale beyond just you in a van, this is exactly how you would do it. Okay, so before we even dive into the technical side of it, let me actually introduce kind of the business settings, right? This is the client. This is basically a mobile pet grooming based in the US. And they actually are a membership model. They have a membership model where if you sign up, you are a member of this pet grooming club, you will have a fixed amount of appointments that you can book each month, and they'll provide different grooming services, right? So like kind of classic pet grooming services like wellness check, blow dry, teeth brushing, etc. Right? And the way to contact them right now is actually through this SMS number, this text message number. Now let me actually show you what it looks like just talking to the solution. Now, of course, because the solution was an SMS-based solutions, I can't actually show you on the screen. So I actually built a sandbox environment inside VoiceFlow, which is one of the tools that we use to build this AI agent. So let me just show you kind of from a sandbox environment perspective what it looks like. Just imagine this is just through text SMS, right? So I'm just going to say, hey, I say, I'm Lindsay, the member experience assistant. This is your first time booking with us, or you're already a member, right? So first time, right? Just going to say. Now, in the real settings, it will actually recognize the phone number that's texting them. And because we save all the members, their phone numbers in a database, it's going to know if the member reaching out is an existing member or new member or not. But in this sandbox environment, because we don't have the SMS solutions, like we don't have a phone number, so it needs to ask whether it's a new member or existing member, right? So it's the first time to get tools to see everything, like you would say the onboarding form, right? This is the place to start. So this is just kind of FAQ or guiding through like some of the discovery, right? So it's asking what's the most important thing when you come to care for your pup? Making sure that it's actually taken care of with patience and care. So the important how trust takes. So okay, it mentions basically that one of the USP, which is their total care partners, which is basically the groomers within this company, are chosen for the experience and the general approach. We always make sure visits tell you your pup's comfort level, you get updates along the way, etc. Is there anything about your pup's personality or past experience you'd like us to know before it gets started, right? So he's trying to scope out, try to do a discovery session based on the pup. So you say, yes, so my pup, Tom, gets very nervous and ticklish during cleaning. So it's basically voicing their concerns over the pup, and it's going to go ahead and actually save that in an actual pup database during the actual conversations. In that, right, we take care of those seriously, and until the care partners are telling to go to your pup space, always with patience and gentle touch. We'll make sure Tom's comfort is the priority of every step, right? Is there anything trends to help Tom relax or any routines? So again, I'm not going to finish the whole conversation, but you get the idea. So let me actually introduce you a little bit about the business itself, which is they're a mobile pet grooming company. They have over 500 dogs a month. They're spread across 6 different vans. And they're a service business with very strict brand voice requirement, and they have a premium positioning, and they currently looking for investment, like kind of funding, and preparing for Series A, right? So they're actually growing very quickly, but when we have a discussion with them, they actually have a problem because of the growth. Now, well, I like to call it the growth paradox. This is because what made them special is because they have a very personal relationships with the dog moms, right? The groomers and the dog moms are very close together, and feels a very premium based experience. It also actually remember a lot of the preferences of the parents, right? So if their dog, let's say Jackie, has some allergies or has some special care, it will remember exactly what those are, and actually the total care partners, as you saw earlier, which are the groomers, will be very careful in terms of how they take care of their pets. They also have a very premium experience, as I mentioned. That's what makes them special. But the growth that they created is kind of contradicting what made them special at the moment, because at the same time, like the team were kind of overwhelmed with all the rescheduling, FAQs, and cancellations requests with over like 100 conversations, mostly with existing members, right? So there's a lot of time spent on just kind of the admin kind of sort of tasks. There's also inconsistent follow-ups, right? And the personal touch is kind of slipping, which is not surprising because if you're one person, right, sitting there, just your answers all the questions all day, you are going to have some sort of inconsistency in terms of customer experience, right? So this is not surprising. This is how any kind of startups or companies will face at some point as you grow, right? This is a very good problem to have, actually. And we identified basically 3 problems. One is volume, right? 100 daily conversations with the existing members. The second is retention, where the dog actually needs grooming every 6 to 8 weeks on average, right? And currently there's kind of inconsistent reminders to every single member, right, during the club. And sometimes the customer just walk away, just not forgetting that they need to have this kind of grooming services, right? So, and also because their membership model, it's very easy for them if you don't have any reminders or don't have any promotions, right? They would just have one service and then they just, and then just forget about it. And then they just not renew their subscription, etc. This is kind of the retention problem. And then we have the scaling problem where there's just no infrastructure for multi-groomer coordination because their goal is to transition from a membership experience model to a marketplace model, right? So the investors will need to be able to see this scalable system. They need to see some sort of multi-groomer coordination, etc. And they lack this kind of automation, at least that kind of infrastructure, right? So these are the 3 core problems that we identify. Now you could just be asking like, hey, Edwin, why can't you just hire more staff, right? Well, the problem with hiring more staff is that as you grow, as you got like 2, 3 more, like let's say you get 2 more, 3 more staff just for answering questions, it's not sustainable, right? Because as you grow, that means that a staff cost kind of increases the proportional cost, and it's a fixed cost that you need to pay every single month to kind of solve these problems, right? So it's not sustainable in the long run. In terms of generic chatbot, why not just put a very like cheap chatbot that could just answer questions? Well, that's the problem. Remember, what makes them special is the unique personal relationships and kind of premium experience. If you use just a generic chatbot, it's going to provide a very automated, cheap experience. And so you want to avoid it as well. And just work harder, it's just not sustainable for them at the moment, right? So what is the solution? Well, this is where we come in when we kind of build this kind of agents. Now, in order to explain what we're doing, I want to build down the funnel that they currently be having. This applies to any mobile pet grooming business, or in fact, any business in general, really. You have your awareness, your first funnel, which is your marketing, basically. You can do it through Google Ads, your Facebook ads. This is where you generate awareness. In mobile pet grooming industries, particularly, you can do some sort of vet partnerships or referrals, right? You can have some sort of van visibility. You can drive your van around and let people know, and people can scan the QR code. You can scale through social media organic content or grassroots marketing, which are having people to send flyers, have organizing events, raising awareness around the neighborhood, right? This is all sort of different ways for the marketers to do. It's generate traffic and interest, and this is usually the company's responsibility or their marketing partner, right? This is not what we do. Now, once there is traffic, in this specific case at least, there are 20 to 30 people each day inquires about their service. Now, this is different, right? 20 to 30 people a day inquires about service. This is relatively low because actually a lot of the conversations happening is with existing members rather than new members. But I'll say that like from another time. But in general, any mobile pet grooming businesses will have some sort of like customers inquiries about them, right? And this is where the first touch point comes from. This is where we take over with our sales agent infrastructure, where if the website visit, right, it will redirect them to text the company through the SMS. And every single channel will be redirected towards one SMS channel. And the SMS inquiry is where the conversation actually begins with the company, right? Between the customers and the company. And this is where the qualification and the conversion actually comes from, because the customers is interested. We just need some sort of infrastructure, some sort of system that could qualify the customers and convert them, right? This is just the sales funnel. And what it can do, right, it will answer any questions about the services, the pricing. It will handle any objections naturally. It will also do very good discoveries about their pets. As you saw in the like sandbox earlier, it's very natural in terms of how it's doing the discovery with the dogs, right? With what's so important about the dog. Like, tell me more about the details, right? It's actually caring about the dogs rather than just a chatbot saying, oh yeah, it costs us $500 per month pay, right? This is not very good services. And also you will need to check for real-time availability in Mogo. Now, every mobile pack roomers probably know about Mogo. If you don't know what it is, Mogo is basically a very standard industry CRM used by the industry. And this is where you can manage the leads, like look at the different leads, and you can actually see this is where all the appointments are being set up at the moment. And this is actually where our agent can actually interact indirectly with Mogo to book appointments and check for availability, essentially. And it's able to also capture info for the not ready yet leads. And this is why it can act as sales and retention agent, because it can basically do a lot of different functions, qualifications, conversions, and also appointment scheduling. And around 100 people engage daily in a conversation. And then once this is confirmed and they book an appointment, then we go to service delivery. The groomer arrives in the van, and they provide, hopefully, a good grooming service, and they create a happy customer experience, right? That's their core competency. Like, we don't touch that, obviously. But then after the service delivery, this is again where we comes in with the retention and rebooking. We will do some sort of appointment reminders. Hey, how was your? So we will actually ask, like, after 2 days, be like, okay, hey, how was your visit with Lindsay, for example, our total care partner, right? And this is post appointment, but before the appointment, it will send them reminders like one day, let's say 2 hours in advance, be like, hey, your appointment with Jackie is in 2 hours time, right? And then we also have some sort of seasonal care recommendations. Like, this is kind of like very funny because they actually store like the pup's birthday. So like we were having a funny talk where like if it's the pup's birthday, we actually say happy birthday to them. So just to, again, link it back to that personal touch and actually link it back to that premium customer experience, right? So this is where we comes in. And yeah, this is pretty much, again, what we kind of our sales agent actually function. Now, let me take you a little bit about the technical specs, right? So we have an incoming message. It will be managed through the open phone through the SMS. Then it will go through our brain of the AI agent, which is being built using VoiceFlow. If you didn't know, VoiceFlow is a local platform that allows you to build AI agents, both text and voice-based AI agents. I've done lots of tutorials in this channel, so you want to check it out. If you're curious to want to build something yourself, go check out the 2-hour masterclass I produced like a while ago. And you can do that by clicking on the link by the end of this video. And yeah, inside the voice flow, you have the brain, and then you have the persona, right? So basically how it should behave. I'm a member experience agent with the mobile pack grooming club. Yeah, it's just brand voice, right? Brand voice is very important. What I mean by that is this. There's a very strict language guidelines on how we should do it. And the agent actually follow this very, very strictly. For example, instead of saying customer or client, we say member. Instead of owner, we say pet parent or family. Instead of groomer, we say total care partner and appointment service, right? This is just language that their SOP is just their SOP of how they actually should be doing this, right? And there's the conversational flow. And you have kind of two different kind of style of members. You've got this new member and you've got this existing member, right? To do with kind of a lot of sales and also a lot of the appointment session, right? And a lot of the dynamic personalization and personal touch actually comes from Zeno, which is their database to store all the different pups and customers. If you look into it, we have the member ID, we have the first name, we have the last name. This is from the voice flow, by the way. Then you have the email, you have the phone number, you will have the address, right, of the customer. You will have the member status, so this one is inactive, right? And then you have the docs database. So you have the dog ID, you have the dog name, you have to go to gender, created ad, the weight, and you got some sensitive areas and custom medical instruction, right? Like face and also prefers soft touch around it. So it's being very, very, even though it's a birthday, so this is where we do the happy birthday message. So again, this is very, very like customized and actually care a lot about the dog. This is how you can create a very premium experience for the pup, essentially. And yeah, so this is where we fetch the customer and the pup data. All the bookings and availability though is done through Mogo, right? As you can see, it's actually done through Mogo, the CRM. Now, there's a bunch of FAQs that the agent should be able to answer. How do we do that? Well, actually, instead of using a knowledge base, which is if you know about what effective knowledge base is, then we're not doing that. But if you don't know what it is, don't worry too much about it. But essentially, we have an external question and answers database stored with the question ID and the questions and the brand aligned answer instructions, the API calls, actions, and review instructions, etc. We have over 100 different questions, basically. And every time the agent is actually fetching from this database called Airtable to inject that answer as context to the voiceflow agent so it knows exactly how to answer it, right? So kind of okay, question answer store, Q&A retrieval, it receives the answers back to the voiceflow brain and able to answer questions using the brand aligned answer template from this database, right? This is how we could think about building some sort of agent, right? That can one, actually push for the sales, right? Not just hard sale, but discovery, as you saw earlier. But also, once you're in, the retention is very important. Being very careful with the language, being very careful of how we answer each specific questions, being very careful about actually knowing and caring about the details of their pup, like their birthday, sensitive areas, medical instructions, etc. Being extremely careful and detail-oriented is actually how you can win customers over with your mobile pack grooming business. And this is an example of how you can automate all of your sales and retention layer in one single agent. But yeah, this is a high-level overview, right, of how we kind of think about building this kind of systems for a mobile pet grooming business. Now, if you're a mobile pet groomer or just business owner in general and are interested in exploring more and curious to learn more about what we build, how we did it, and kind of how can we apply it to your business, feel free, by the way, to book a discovery session with my team with the link in the description below. So you just need to scroll down, click the link in the description, it will be a Calendly link, and just book a slot with us. And we are more than happy to have discussion with you. And if you want to kind of get your hands dirty and actually start building a little bit, you can watch the video, the voice masterclass video by here, in here. You should just click this video here. And you will actually be able to learn the basics of VoiceFlow and start building some of these systems from scratch. And if you enjoy this kind of content, remember to like, comment, subscribe. But yeah, hopefully you enjoy and actually learn something from this. And yes, I will see you in the next one.